Hey guys, welcome back. I am coming to you today from my family room, which I don't usually film from here. I don't know why not, except that the background's a little more drab than where I usually like to film. But the excitement today is going to be in this area of the screen because we are doing my twice annual Amazon purchase review. So every 6 months I talk about the things that I bought from Amazon a year previous. So it's the end of June, almost July 2025, and we're going to be talking about what I ordered from Amazon January through June of 2024. I will also make the disclaimer that the links below are going to be Amazon affiliate links, and this might be the last one or close to the last one of these because 2025 me has really been trying to make a conscious effort to purchase fewer things from Amazon, and really the only things I've ordered this year, and we're now halfway through the year, has been like my vitamins that I get on subscription. So we will see what my Amazon order history looks like in the future. But in 2024, I was still shopping normally from Amazon. So let's go ahead and take a look. And I'll be reading the items here off my computer if you see me looking this direction, but I will put a photo up on the screen in this area for you. And of course, everything will be linked below. So we're going to start with the Style Pro Glow and Behold mirror with LED lights and a detachable magnifying mirror. I had a light up magnifying mirror for a couple years, and then it stopped lighting up, and then it was on a suction cup and the suction cup like stopped suctioning. So I got this new one. Style Pro is the same company that made that spinning brush cleaner that went viral several years ago before a bunch of copycat versions came out. So I think it's like a good brand. But the actual mirror itself, like, it's just a regular mirror, and it lights up. It uses batteries and lights up. But the part that I like about it is there's this little magnetic magnifying mirror that you can attach to it. So with that plus the lights, I can pluck my eyebrows correctly. It would probably be good for traveling too, because it's really flat and thin, and like there's a little stand on the back, but it folds down. So I don't think I have traveled with it, but again, it would be good to use for that. But yeah, I just pull it out every so often when I need to get a close-up of my face. Okay, the next two items I purchased at the same time. One is the Curlsmith Weightless Air Dry Cream, and the other is the Curlsmith Feather Light Protein Cream, because I wasn't sure which one I would like more. If you follow me, well, I've done a couple YouTube videos about it, but I talk about it occasionally on Instagram more often. But I've been doing a wavy hair journey, so obviously like I've pretty much given up on that now. But a year and a half ago, I was still trying to make it work with doing wavy hair. So I tried these two products. In case you are wondering which is lighter weight, weightless or feather light, the weightless one I had to return. It was too heavy for my hair. The Feather Light cream actually was really nice. I have really fine hair. Obviously it takes a lot of work to make it wavy, and that's why I usually just get lazy and straighten it. But the Feather Light protein cream, and I do need protein. That's like, it's like, does your hair want protein or does it have too much protein? I need protein, and I need something really, really light. So that Feather Light cream was really nice, and Curlsmith is like a really nice brand of curly, wavy hair products. Next we have the Tegan Small Handbag Organizer. So again, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love a purse organizer. I've been carrying a little bit smaller purses and handbags than I used to when I started gathering purse organizers. So I had a small one, and it pretty much fell apart. I've had it for years, so I had been looking for like a smaller one to fit in some of my smaller purses, and this one's really good. I think it's probably like the one that I primarily use now, just because of its size and the array of pockets that it has. The pockets are not exactly what I would like. One weird thing about it is there's only one pocket that has any kind of zipper, and it sort of like flaps off the front, like I'm not going to be able to explain it. It snaps to the body of the main purse organizer with 2 snaps at the top, but it is sewn onto it at the bottom. So if you unsnap the snaps, all it does is flap off of the front. It's not like a detachable pocket. That just drives me crazy. But otherwise, like size-wise and functionality-wise, it works fine. So yes, I am still definitely using that regularly. And the next item is the Iron Flask Copilot Insulated Tumbler 32 ounce. And yes, I do still use this every morning. I fill it up with water, and then I usually fill it up 1 or 2 more times throughout the day. This is my, I don't take it out anywhere. This is my at-home water bottle, but just to give you an idea of size, it is 32 ounces. So yeah, I guess I'm getting probably like at least 40 ounces of water a day. It definitely keeps things cold throughout the day. I fill it up first thing in the morning, which is usually like 6 a.m. or whenever I'm up feeding the cats. And you know, I never feel like my water's too warm or anything. So yes, obviously I still use this and use it all the time, all day, every day. And this is the item that started me on my small Iron Flask collecting journey. We're gonna have a couple other Iron Flask items come up, and I wanna show you the pattern now, or the color. I believe the color is called Dark Night. I don't know if they make many items in this colorway anymore, but of course, these are my colors. So I like it for that reason as well. So next we have the Orolay Women's Warm Winter Jacket Parka with the faux fur hood collar thing. This is an item that, I don't know, maybe I'm not watching the right things anymore or what, but for a while, like everybody who did Amazon recommendation videos was always talking about this jacket. I had it on my wish list for a while, and it's one of those items that goes on sale all the time. So I think it was on sale and I grabbed it. It's really nice. It's like a much nicer quality than I thought for, you know, like a random brand off Amazon. It's so warm. I actually was getting it because I was looking for kind of, like, I have a good heavy parka sort of long coat, and I was looking for one that was like a little shorter and not quite as heavy. This is extremely warm and heavy, so I would definitely, you know, save it for the coldest of cold days, but it is really nice. Pop that faux fur hood lining off right away. And it is removable or detachable. The pockets are great. It's really nice. It's just like, it's way too warm for what I needed, but I do wear it when it's super cold for sure. And next we have my next Iron Flask purchase, the coffee mug. So you've definitely seen this because anytime I do a what's in my work bag, this is the coffee mug now that I take to work. So I like it because it has a rubber bottom. The mug or the cup that I had been taking for work before that, I don't think it was just like a metal on the bottom or solid bottom. So the rubber is nice because you're not banging it on a desk. Super lightweight, easy to transport, and my favorite little feature about it is that the lid, I don't usually drink out of the lid, like popping open the sipping part, but you can, it's threaded both ways, so whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you can just thread the lid on whichever direction you need so that the opening is on the right side, you know, of whichever way you're holding the handle, which is a neat feature. And of course it's in my same colorway that I get all of my Iron Flask things in. Okay, next item is also one that I am still using. This is the Pukami crisscross office chair, wheeled office chair. So I had been on kind of like a chair journey. I think probably in some of these previous videos, you've seen some of the other office chairs that I've tried. My previous one I had for a couple years, and it was like faux leather and it was all cracking. So I found out about these crisscross chairs. So basically it's like kind of a lower back, and then the whole chair is really wide because you're meant to sit like crisscross applesauce style, like with your legs crossed, or whatever weird way you want to put your legs. There's plenty of space. A lot of times a cat will sit next to me on the chair, so that's how wide the chair is. So I do love it because it's very comfortable for sitting in all different ways. I'm always doing something weird with my legs, so it's comfortable in that way. I have found, you know, it's been, again, like almost a year and a half now. The cushioning, maybe it's like lost a little bit of the cushioning in it at this point. I do work from home quite a bit, so probably if you weren't sitting in it as like a full-time job, it would probably, you know, hold up a little better. And not that it's not holding up, but I feel like I notice that the cushioning has gone down a little bit, but I do really like that style of chair. And then we've got yet another Iron Flask bottle. So again, I liked my big cup so much at home that I went ahead and got their sports water bottle to take to the office as a water bottle. So this one has a variety of different kinds of lids. There's like, you know, screw-on lid and let me see what else. I think like a pull-up lid, and there's a flip-up straw lid, which is the one that I usually use. So I do take that to the office sometimes. We're going to get to one that I use more frequently. Of course, it's in my same favorite colorway. But the thing that I don't like about that, like I was mentioning about the metal bottom of it, there's no like rubber or anything on the bottom, so when you sit it down it like clanks and clunks, and I don't know, maybe I'm just extra clumsy, but I feel like I'm always like banging it when I sit it down on the desk in a quiet office. So it's nice, and I do take it for other things as well. I like it. I got the 24-ounce size. There's a variety of different sizes that it comes in, and I like that it's a little kind of tall and narrow, so it fits in like if you have a bottle sleeve or something in your bag, it fits really nicely. It just kind of bugs me again that it doesn't have like the rubber bottom, but we will get past that in a minute. Okay, next item is not a favorite. This is the YKR women's turtleneck chunky long sleeved sweater. I was looking for a kind of a chunkier sweater, turtleneck sweater. I like the way that this looks on the model. In reality, it was like so thick and heavy and just like tight around my neck and just not comfortable to wear. I'm pretty sure I've given it away at this point, and actually a similar sweater that I like more is the one that I got from Quince. I'll put a link to my Quince review video where I talked about that one, but I got this like very chunky, it might be like the boyfriend sweater, I'll link to it. I got that in 2 colors, and I much prefer that. It's very similar in the like bottom hemline. Has like a little bit of like a high-low hemline, and it's like chunky and kind of boxy shaped, but it doesn't feel like suffocating. So maybe it was just the turtleneck of it, but I didn't love that one. However, the next item is the Amazon Essentials Classic Fit Lightweight Long Sleeve V-neck sweater. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before because I have it in probably like 6 colors now. So in this batch, I got it in like a teal and a dark purple, but I have it in blue and black and gray, and it's probably some other colors too. So definitely do recommend that one. It's just really nice and lightweight, a little long and oversized, so it's nice to wear if you're still like a skinny jeans kind of wearer. It's good, you know, paired with that sort of thing. It's not too heavy, so if you're, you know, it's winter time but you're going to be indoors and you don't want to get overheated in a big fat sweater, it's perfect for those kind of situations. All right, next item is also one that I talk about every time we do one of these, I feel like, and I have it right here. It's the Sinjumaru phone grip strap, and I see more and more people using these. You used to see like the round pop sockets all the time, and I now see several of my friends using these kind of straps, which I'd never noticed anyone using them before. But it's just, if you haven't seen it before, it's like a rubber strap. You kind of thread it through the openings in your phone case, and again, like my phone is just like a little bit too big for me to comfortably use with one hand, but if I have just that little extra support of putting my fingers through this strap, it just, you know, lets me use it more fully one-handed, or, you know, it's good for if you need to like hold it up and get a selfie or something. So I love having the strap. I will probably never go back to not having one. I don't usually talk about Amazon purchases that I got for other people or as gifts, but I did just want to mention this foldable car trash can, which I got for my husband's car. It's really useful. The inside is lined with like a waterproof material, so if you have something that's a little damp, or like sometimes, you know, if you're taking something home and you just don't want it like sitting on the floor of the car, like you know, a bottle with condensation or like some food item, you can put it in there, obviously without the trash, and it's just nice to have like a waterproof thing to put it in, and then it just loops around like your center console, or you could put it over the back of a headrest or something if you had more, you know, people in the back seat, and then, you know, just unloop it and take it out periodically and dump the trash out. So it definitely has been helpful for him. Definitely easier and just like sleeker and slicker looking than having like a plastic bag bopping around in your car. So I do recommend that one. It does definitely get used regularly. The Simple Modern tote bag I had on my list for a while because I'm always on a journey looking for a good bag to take to work. I've done a number of videos about what I carry for work and the different bags that I've used, and I need to carry a laptop, a water bottle, some snacks, that coffee cup, other supplies and things. We're in kind of an unassigned office environment, so anything that I need pretty much I have to carry on me. So I've been looking for things that can handle all that stuff, and this one was recommended as a bag that can carry a water bottle, because Simple Modern is actually more known for like their water bottles and cups and things. So I thought it would be really good. I did not like it. It was not the size that I wanted. It wasn't like the quality that I expected it to be. Not that it was bad, but it wasn't like as sturdy of a bag as I expected. Its main selling point is that it just has this one giant pocket that you could like put your big cup in, but it wasn't gonna work for me, so I returned that item. So I also don't usually mention products that I just get as like basic home supplies, but I did want to mention this Eco 88 pet stain and odor remover. We had a little issue with our kitten where she does not always like using the litter box, and sometimes to just send us a message, she will relieve herself on the mat outside of the litter box, and we were just constantly having to like hose off this mat. And then of course, once a cat pees somewhere once, it never really goes back, and they're always like, oh, that's a thing I can pee on in the future. So anyway, somebody recommended this Eco 88 cleaner, and it's supposed to like just fully remove any kind of cat odors and bodily fluids. I will say it probably doesn't 100% remove things, but it definitely works well, and it's easy to use. Like, you just spray it on and then you let it evaporate, and it kind of does its thing. So anywhere that you have like one of those stubborn spots where there's a pet odor that never 100% went away, and you don't want the animals coming back to that spot, I'd recommend it to give it a try there. So now we have another clothing item. This is the Allegra K open front blazer jacket. I don't know, they put like a million different keywords in the titles of these things. So I got this in blue and in black. A blazer or a jacket for work is another one of those things that I always seem to be like looking for the perfect one. I have one from years ago, and I feel like it's not really the style anymore, so I'd been looking for a new one, and I like a fun color blazer too, because I'm always just wearing black, so the blue was nice. I believe I have worn it a couple times. I like the cropped length because I am high-waisted, and so cropped things I have now discovered pretty much just like hit me where they're supposed to hit a normal person's waist. But I don't love that this one has long sleeves. I usually like roll it up to more of a 3/4 sleeve, which I feel like is just more attractive on me. So I wish that it came in that 3/4 sleeve, but I guess having long sleeves makes it more versatile. So I don't know, I would recommend this one. It's open front, there's not like a button or anything on it, which I don't usually button things anyway, so it works well for me. All right, and then we have two metal watch bands for the Samsung Galaxy smartwatch, which is the watch that I use. So the first one is the Croc-C stainless steel band. This one's just like a thin, solid piece of metal. It goes on and adjusts with a little piece of chain at the bottom that you can sort of toggle tighter or looser, so it's like 100% adjustable. I really like it. I like the look. I always get compliments on it when I wear it. I have like stupidly thin wrists, so there's always like a lot of extra chain hanging down after I've adjusted it, and sometimes I'll like kind of tuck it up under itself, so that's like the one little annoyance. But especially, if there's a time where you want a little bit more formal look but you still want to wear the smartwatch, I really like the style of that one. I also have the Joyosi stainless steel band, which is more of like a link band. You can adjust it by adding or removing links, but then once you get it to the length that you want, it stays that length, and you just clip it on and off. That one I've also gotten compliments on. However, it is black because my watch itself is black, and the paint or whatever is coating it almost immediately started wearing off, like at the high impact points, along the edges, along the bottom, around the clasp area. I also get compliments on that as well, but I feel like it's, it's not like a long-term thing, of course, but you just keep that in mind that it did start wearing a lot right away. So now we have the last Iron Flask piece that I purchased, and the last one still that I have. It's the Iron Flask Rover Tumbler 20-ounce cup with like a fold-up straw in the lid. I don't think this exact product exists anymore. I will link to it, but it looks like the ones that they have now are more like this type of lid that has a straw that goes into a hole in the top. The one that I have, the lid screws on and then there's a straw that like flips up and down, which I really like, again, for like portability. This is the bottle that I do take to work. It has a rubber bottom, so you will not bang it on the desk. But I don't think that they make the flip up version anymore. And I think that I had heard maybe that like it breaks, or there's like a little kind of tab that you use to pull it up, and maybe that breaks off for people. I don't know, but I like it and haven't had any problems with it. The only thing that's weird about it is the straw itself is it's like square because it ends up laying flat against the lid, and it's just sort of weird to drink out of a square. But I like it. I haven't had like leaking problems or anything like that. Obviously don't spin it around, but it's fine, carrying it around in my bag or whatever. So if it exists in that form, I recommend it. If it exists with just the straw, I obviously still like the Iron Flask brand in general, so maybe check it out as well. So we get comments all the time when I post videos and vlogs out in public indoor spaces. Yes, I do still wear masks regularly. I wear KN95 masks primarily, so these are my favorite ones. I learned through the pandemic that I maybe have a weird shaped face or like a small face, so I've tried many masks, and these are the ones that I like the best. They're the Powcom KN95 masks, and I like them in black. And I just stock up on them. They come in like a 10-pack, and I've not had any problems with them, knock on wood, since we've been wearing them in public, and I think it's just good practice to do so with all the things floating around in the world. So I will leave it at that, but if you're looking for masks, these are the ones that I like. All right, the Orbit Spray Wand is maybe my, I don't know, this might be the third, fourth, or fifth hose wand that I've gotten like this. So like I have hanging baskets on my porch, and I have other plants that are in kind of different places that are sometimes inconvenient to reach. So I like having the long wand, especially that you can angle. So for example, if you have something up high that you're trying to water, you can sort of angle the top to spray down into it. I like that they have different like spray patterns. I love that this one had a squeeze trigger to spray the water, because a lot of times I've noticed these wand ones have more like a lever that you raise up and down. It's kind of weird to use. However, I did say had a trigger because this thing, yeah, so I got it a little over a year ago, and it did not survive through the year, so I've already had to replace it for the 2025 season, and I think Orbit's like a good brand, so I don't know, but obviously I've been through a lot of them. We'll see how long the one that I have now lasts. It's a different brand, but I do like it. Maybe if you take better care of it than I did, it'll last better. All right, now again, I don't usually talk about things that I buy for other people. This is another one that I got for my husband though, the Quintus Monitor Light Bar Pro Plus with a remote control. So he had said for years, oh, I wish I had a light that went right above my computer monitor, which I didn't even know was a thing. He'd always been looking for like desk lamps, and he has all these different lamps and clip-on lights and things around his desk. I didn't even know this was a thing that existed, but it is. And I found one, and once I realized it was a thing, then I looked for like a good one for him. So it's basically just like a very thin bar. It just kind of rests on the top of your computer monitor. It is the spot where a lot of people keep a webcam, so just keep that in mind. Like, it might conflict with if you have a webcam resting on the top of your monitor. And then there's like a little round remote for it, which is how you actually turn it on and off and adjust it. I don't even know what all adjusting it can do, dimmer, brighter, whatever, but he loves it. He has it running all the time, and it just illuminates, you know, the area in front of your monitor. So if you know, your keyboard, or if you're working on stuff in that area, it's basically just a desk lamp that's centered above your monitor. So he's really happy with it, and I guess we recommend it. And one last one for my husband. This is a 60-minute visual timer. If you are someone who likes the Pomodoro method, or maybe if you're like working with kids, you know, trying to get them to do tasks and different things and like focus on things in blocks, the visual timers are really highly recommended. And this one's nice. Of course, I like the blue turquoise color, but it's nice to visually kind of see how much time you have left. So if you're doing the Pomodoro method, I know this has worked really well for my husband, just having the visual of the timer. So, and of course the actual product works well as well. And next we have one more watch band, which I actually have on my watch right now. This is the Geek. Geek, I don't know, silicone watch band. So it comes in a set of 4. There's all different color combinations that you can get. The set that I got was black, of course, navy, purple, and green, which green is the only one I haven't worn yet, but I like the purple a lot. It surprisingly goes with a lot in my wardrobe. The navy's nice. The black, obviously, I have on right now, and my watch itself is black, but it's so comfortable, and I really like it because the watch, when you get it, comes with a band that is more the width of like the opening, and this one sort of tapers in narrower. So again, if you have like a smaller wrist, this is just like so much more comfortable to wear. So this is the one that I usually wear unless I'm doing something a little more formal and I switch to one of those metal ones. But yeah, so I definitely recommend it. It's really comfortable and has worked great. All right, I think I shared this one previously in another color, but it's really, really nice. This is the Lands' End women's cotton tank top. This one's in charcoal gray. I also have it in like a teal turquoise color, and I might have it in black as well. I will just say, I think all the reviews say to size down, or like whatever the size guide is, like if it seems too small, it's actually right. Definitely do size down, maybe even 2 sizes. Just like follow the size guides, because it definitely runs large. Even the one that I have, which is a size or 2 smaller than my typical size, is not like oversized, but it is not skin tight. But I really like it. It's like a nice quality tank top. The straps are wide. The fabric is, you know, heavy and thick. Not like heavy, but remember how t-shirts were made in the 90s? It's like that kind of quality. So definitely recommend these. And I just noticed actually that when I got these like a year and 2 years ago, it was only available in like 4 colors. It's available in a lot of colors and prints, at least as of the time that I'm recording this. So definitely go check that out and grab a couple if you like them. Okay, this is a boring one, but I think I've talked about some other products related to my bathroom sink drain in the past, because I've always just had issues with the stopper in that drain. So this is the universal bathroom sink stopper, and it just drops down into the drain hole. There's a little, you know, you pop it up and down, but it's not actually like screwed in or attached to anything. You could lift the whole unit out if you want. It actually fits. I tried other ones previously that said they were universal or whatever, but they were like a millimeter too big to get down into that drain hole. This one actually fits right. The only thing is, when you pop the stopper down like into the closed sealed position, it's not actually sealed. So I use my bathroom sink a lot for like hand washing clothes, and I do still have to put like, I have like a rubber drain cover over the sink to actually hold water in the sink. But just as a general drain, it works great, and then you can lift the whole thing out, and so periodically, you know, clean out whatever hair and gunk gets stuck in there and not let it pass through and get caught in your drain. So it works great. Actually ended up getting one for our other bathroom as well, so I definitely recommend that one. Alright, these are the Loop Experience earplugs, and I'm kind of ticked off about these just because I had already bought a pair from Loop, the actual brand, and we were going to some event, and I went to pull them out from wherever I thought that I had stored them, and I could not find them anywhere. And I was like, man, all right, guess I don't wear earplugs tonight. And I just went on Amazon right then and ordered this other pair of the exact same ones, because who knows where the first ones went. And so when these arrived, I went to put them away in the place where I would have thought to store them, and there was the original pair. So now I have two, and of course, you know, I can't return the first ones or any, like, I'd already put all of them in my ears basically by the time this happened, so whatever, I have two, but they're really nice. I do not like wearing earplugs. My husband has always been very good about ear protection. Like, we go to a lot of concerts and things, and he's gone to, you know, metal shows and stuff, and like, he's always been really, really good about protecting his ears, and I just hate the feeling of earplugs and stuff in my ears, so I've never liked it, and never wanted to wear them, and probably came to regret that. These do not bother me. Loop makes a couple different types of earplugs. These are the Experience ones, which are supposed to be for concerts and things because you can like still hear the music, but you know, it just like drowns out the other noise, drowns out, just like protects your ears from like the high decibels. And they come in like a bunch of different colors and things, so I actually have the silver ones, which almost look like, you know, little jewelry, little earrings in your ears. So they work well. I do not, you know, end a night with a ringing in my ears, or like sometimes I would get a headache even from the loud noise. I haven't had that issue, and they are comfortable to wear as well, and they come in their own little cute case, so as long as you keep a hold of that case, they won't get lost. You can pop the case into your purse or whatever. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Loops ones, and they're also not crazy expensive. Like, you can get some really expensive, you know, noise canceling earplugs and things, but I think if you're just going to like a few concerts or, you know, some kind of loud event, I think these definitely, they work for me. I think they're worth it. I feel like it's getting darker and darker, but we're almost there. So the next item is this USB charger cube. Basically, when I travel, I have three things that I need to charge. I have my smartwatch, my smartphone, and another phone for work. So I have these three things that charge via USB, and I always just had one like charger plug, and I'm kind of like swapping between them to charge everything, and I was like, there must be one with 3 holes in it, and yes, there is. So, so this is perfect. You just have to plug it into the wall once, and then you can plug in your 3 things, and I haven't had any issues with it. I take it now every time that I travel anywhere because, you know, regardless of what charging or, you know, plug situation is in a hotel room or whatever, you just need one plug and you can charge all your stuff if you, like me, have 3 things to charge. Okay, I keep saying I'm not going to talk about ones for other people, but this is another one that's primarily for my husband. This is the iDesign York Lyra Jumbo Hanging Shower Organizer. So in the shower that he primarily uses, the shower organizer broke, and it was just kind of challenging because there's not a lot of space between the shower head, where most shower organizers attach, and then where the handle is for the controls. So most shower organizers are like too long and they would bump into the handle. So I really like this one because it's shorter and then it's really wide. They call it the jumbo one. It's like extra wide. So it, you know, it only has those 2 shelves. But it's wide enough, and of course he's a guy and he doesn't use all the products that I use, so it's been working great for him. Again, you know, had it for over a year now and has held up great. Doesn't get all gunky or, you know, rusty or anything either, at least not yet. So recommend that one if you also have like a challenging shower space to organize. And the next item is another metal thing. This is the stainless steel cat water fountain. So we do have a stainless steel cat fountain on our lower level, And we had a different kind of fountain upstairs which broke, and actually I couldn't understand what was happening, but it was leaking through our wall all the way from upstairs down to the downstairs, down to the basement, which flooded kind of part of our basement. And I just heard this dripping noise inside the wall, and it was from the water coming from all the way upstairs. So anyway, don't recommend that fountain anymore. But we replaced it with this stainless steel one. So stainless is so much better for cats anyway. Our other one was plastic, and actually, like, when cats eat from or drink from plastic, that can like hold oils. They can actually get little like cat acne under their little chins. So stainless is better, you know, easier to clean and all that. And I like this one too because it has a little window on the front so you can check the water level. The other one that I have, you can't see into, so I don't know that it's empty until you hear it like struggling to suck up water. And this one also has like a blue kind of night light, and it's actually in our bedroom, and I really thought the light was gonna bother me and keep me awake or something, but it really is not noticeable at all. And it runs so quietly, so highly recommend it. And yeah, the cats like it too. All right, next we have another Allegra K jacket blazer. This is the collarless cropped blazer, and I again got it in blue as well as black. So this one is just like a collarless opening, and it also has this little hook and eye closure in the front, so if you do want to shut it, you can kind of hook it shut. It does have cropped sleeves, like 3/4 sleeves, which I mentioned with the previous one I wished that it had, which is why I picked up this one. However, I don't think actually that I have worn this one out yet in public, and I have 2 of them. So I don't know if I'm gonna recommend it. I like it, and obviously I like the brand and everything, but I haven't worn it yet. I feel like, I don't know, maybe the collarlessness of it or kind of the angliness of the front, I end up not liking when I go to try it on, but I don't know, I got 2 of them. Okay, next we have the first of 2 Cushionaire sandals. I really like this brand. I have another pair of Cushionaire sandals that I probably spoke about in a previous one of these videos. So they're so comfortable, and I was like, why don't I just get more of them? Now I'm looking for sandals. So this first one is the Briar sandal. It's super comfortable. It has a back, like, you know, strap behind your ankle. It's kind of casual looking. It has sort of like cutouts and embroidery on it, but it's so comfortable, and it has just a little, like, it's not like flat to the ground. It has like a little bit of an elevation, so sometimes, like, if I'm wearing like a little bit longer pants or something, I'll wear those sandals because they give me just that extra little bit of height, so I'm not like dragging on the ground. And then the next item here is the Grace Karen high elastic waist pleated chiffon midi skirt. I have it in the blue-green color. It comes in a bunch of different colors and prints. It's so cute and fun. I wear it to work and always get compliments on it. The pleats are, you know, really fun. You feel like you want to twirl around, and it's just a plain, like, solid flat elastic waistband, so it's very comfortable. You can tuck things in or not. And it's just very nice, kind of versatile sort of skirt. And then we come to my other pair of Cushionaire sandals. This is the Joanna flat sandal. So it is a little bit flatter of a sole, but it's just like a bunch of crisscross straps, and again has a strap around your ankle. So that's like a must-have for me now to be able to walk any amount of distance. But they are, again, super comfortable. You know, you could definitely wear these more formally. They're a little strappier and nicer, so highly recommend these as well. Or anything Cushionaire that I have tried has been super comfortable and nice. And then we have the Levn, or Levn Bluetooth headset, which I got for work. I take a lot of calls at work using my computer, and my previous headset had pretty much died. Like, the battery was not holding a charge. I'd been using it for like, what, 4 years at this point. So I got this one, which looked on paper to be much nicer quality, like nicer, more padded earpiece, more adjustable microphone, and immediately people started complaining about my audio quality when I was using it. So got rid of that. I actually, like, it's gonna miss the end of June by a couple days, so it's not officially part of this video, but I will link to the one that I got to replace it, which is actually the one that I had before, just like under a different brand name, but you know, like Amazon sellers, like everyone sells the same thing under different names. So I'll link to the one that I had before that I really liked. But also check out a couple of videos previous to this. I did a review of the Neurum Bluetooth headset, and that's actually really, really nice too. So I will highly recommend either of those, not this one, which I gave away to somebody. And then the very last item from the end of June 2024 is this HDE shrug, long sleeve shrug, crop shrug, bolero shrug. It's funny because one of my coworkers and I always joked about, you know, it's so chilly in the office and I wish I had something that was just sleeves. I don't want a whole sweater, I just want the sleeves. And I saw this and I was like, it's just sleeves. And it's actually been so helpful and convenient for things. I actually just took it out recently when it was like 90 degrees out, but I was going to something in a theater, and so I didn't want to, like, I knew I wasn't going to be like cold, but I wanted to be able to cover my arms and also to be able to fit it in my purse. This basically just, you know, is a single line of fabric, almost like a single tube. So it's just lightweight. It's like what like a dancer would wear, you know, like a ballerina probably wears a little sleeve shrug thing like this. Of course I got black. I don't know, let's see what other colors it comes in, but it's just like fabric material. It's not like a knit or anything. Actually it might only come in black. But that's fine because black goes with everything. And yeah, I mean, it's just the sleeves, so if you, like me, want just to keep your arms warm on a otherwise warm enough day, check this one out. I will recommend it. I literally just took it out and wore it the other day. So we made it. The sun's pretty much fully down at this point. I hope that you enjoyed this look at my Amazon purchases January through June of 2024. If you like these, please do give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe because there will be at least one more of these as I do July through December of 2024, and then we'll see what happens when we hit 2025. Again, you know, the links below are Amazon affiliate links. I think at the time that you see this, it will probably also be Amazon Prime week, so if you would like to join Amazon Prime, I'll put a link for that, I think, as well in the video description. And thank you again so much for watching this, and leave me a comment with any comments that you have on any of these purchases, and I will see you next time. Bye!